July 21, 1999. A humid summer morning in Racine County, Wisconsin. A farmer on his usual route stops in his tracks. There, just off the roadside, a girl's body lies in the weeds. Barefoot, beaten, alone. She's young, maybe in her 20s. There's no purse, no ID, no way to say who she was. And for the next 20 years, no one would. Investigators examined every inch of her fragile body. She was clearly abused, malnourished, burn scars, fractures. Her eyes spoke pain, but they couldn't speak her name. Composite sketches were drawn and released. A facial reconstruction made from her skull was circulated. The community mourned a girl they never knew. And still, nothing. One year became 5, 5 became 10. The Racine County Jane Doe was never buried in memory. Investigators held annual press briefings, still hoping. Her bones were stored carefully. Her file remained open. And in quiet moments, they whispered, "Who are you?" In 2019, everything changed. A woman contacted authorities. She had heard stories from a former nurse who claimed she once got rid of a girl. Her name was Linda LaRoche. Living comfortably in Florida, investigators reopened the cold case. And for the first time in decades, they had a name to chase. Forensic genealogy linked Jane Doe to someone, a family member in Illinois. Through DNA testing and ancestry research, her name emerged: Peggy Lynn Johnson-Schroeder. she was only 23. And the question changed from who was she to why was she never reported missing? Peggy's life was a quiet tragedy. She was intellectually disabled, trusting, gentle. Her mother died when she was a teenager, left with no father, no siblings, no guardians. Peggy sought help. That's when she met Linda LaRoche, a nurse who offered to take her in. Peggy believed she had found safety, but what she found was a monster in disguise. LaRoche began to isolate Peggy. She took her money, denied her medical care, beat her for disobedience. Her own children testified to it later. Peggy was made to eat off the floor. She slept in a crawl space. Neighbors noticed bruises, but they were told, "She's just clumsy." Peggy never told anyone because she had no one to tell. Sometime in mid-July 1999, Peggy's body gave out, whether from a final beating or a slow decline. Linda LaRoche decided she was done. She loaded Peggy's body into her car, drove across the Illinois border, and left her in a Wisconsin cornfield. No obituary, no police report, just silence. In 2019, police confronted LaRoche. Her story fell apart under questioning. Forensic evidence, witness testimony, and the tipster's report sealed her fate. She was arrested and extradited to Wisconsin to face charges. The case finally had a face, the killer a name, and Peggy a voice. In 2022, Linda LaRoche stood trial. She was found guilty of first-degree intentional homicide, hiding a corpse, and sentenced to life in prison with no parole. The courtroom was quiet, but for those who'd worked the case for 20 years, it was a symphony of justice. Peggy Lynn Johnson-Schroeder, not a Jane Doe, not a mystery. A young woman who was used, discarded, and left without a voice, but in the end, found, named, and remembered. And her case reminds us, no one should disappear without a name. Some stories don't scream, they whisper.